while since we've done a live stream, but we do them consistently every week. In this situation, things have completely changed here. And this is pretty crazy. I've never seen and heard of anything called a stealth solar storm. We were hit with a stealth solar storm, and I'm not gonna lie, we have never been hit by that. So overall, of course, we were hit with a stealth solar storm, a stealth CME. This is something that is undetected. Now, believe it or not, of course, this happened on November 20. Many people felt the symptoms, and many people were feeling this right around November 20. People were definitely feeling off. People were feeling tired. People were definitely feeling, and we're gonna get into the symptoms, what it is, what happened, and all that, and pretty much everything, because there's a lot to talk about right now. We have not, and I have never, and we're gonna break down the Schumann resonance, which is spiking right now. We've seen a blackout on the electromagnetic spectrum of the Schumann resonance. We have seen strange anomalies on the Italian Schumann resonance. So we've been seeing all sorts of things, and I do hope my audio is good. By the way, let me know how it is. Truly thankful for everyone being in here. I think it's working. I think it's good. Maybe not the best, but it works. Let me know how is everyone doing. I'm so thankful for everyone showing support, everybody who's showing up to the streams and whatnot. I'm getting really good at typing. All right, we got a pinned message for the day. So overall, of course, Earth just got, I think I should put my microphone on so you guys can hear me louder and the audio will be a lot better. So this might be a bit weird, but let's try this out. Let's see if we could actually do this. Let's see if we can actually get this going. Can we switch microphones? Let's see if we can actually get this going. I think so. So, we were hit with a stealth solar storm that nobody knew. How big it was, we're about to find out. So, the stealth solar storm hit us on November 20. So, this event didn't trigger a geomagnetic storm, but it did trigger, in my opinion, based on the research I've seen, active geomagnetic conditions. And these such solar storms or CMEs are exciting. They erupt almost undetected and disrupt the solar wind conditions around Earth. So basically, we're kind of in a period right now in the 11-year solar cycle where things tend to fall and whatnot. And we're getting this sort of thing now. And it was just unusual. We haven't been hit with this or like this. It didn't register on Space Weather Live. Nobody was able to truly pick up on any of the data. So I've been looking at it every day. Nobody and no website was able to get this sort of data. They are unable to track this sort of data. It's much more harder and stuff like that because they have no signature on the disk or on the coronagraph imagery. Oh, almost messed up there. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Alicia, welcome to the stream. Joanne, welcome. My post on this morning in the Schumann Dome. Yeah, the Italian Schumann resonance that we've been doing, like looking at that, there's been really strange anomalies. Very odd stuff. We're going to get into that as well. So overall, of course, they only detect when they arrive at Earth. So nobody was really able to detect it. So how strong it was, nobody knows. But the fact that, it was different. We had auroras in mid-latitude areas. So auroras were reported overnight from mid-latitudes, Maine and Denmark. I think auroras were visible into mid-latitudes over North America now. And people were seeing red, sunlight, blue, purple rays, and pillars. So pretty interesting here. People are definitely seeing this stuff here. And I want to welcome everyone to the stream. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope my audio is very well. So these are definitely, definitely an interesting thing here. So stealth eruptions can originate from quiet regions of the sun. And I've noticed a lot of things on the sun though. You've been feeling oddly anxious and sleeping poorly. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of strange stuff going on in Italian. Schumann is spiking. We're going to get into all that data in just a minute. The authors note that stealth CMEs pose many problems for space weather forecasting because its signatures are extremely faint and require multi-wavelength, multi-angle observations to identify. These come from quiet regions on the sun with weak, simple magnetic fields, conditions that become more common during the decline phase of the solar cycle. So I'm gonna they're making the assumption that solar minimum is coming. Based on my knowledge, by next year we're probably gonna be getting that. We still have a lot of activity going on, and these stealth CME stuff is gonna be really hard to detect and are gonna just smack us out of nowhere. So there's that thing. Now let's get into some big activity you guys like, and that's the Schumann resonance right now. So if we could get some lighting over here, man, unbelievable. The Schumann resonance is spiking now. Even though that was 2 days ago, we've been getting activity we're getting activity on the Schumann resonance right now. A lot of stitching, a lot of intense activity. This is at least a power 20, maybe even a power 25, which is pretty intense. Going to the Italian Schumann resonance, let's back out. This is all unusual activity. This is not normal. Yesterday, we were getting hit hard. Over 100, potentially 120 to 150 hertz registered on the Italian Schumann resonance. For nearly 8 hours, we were getting slammed with over 100 hertz in energy, which is pretty intense. Of course, still active over here, and we've been having a lot of activity. All sorts of frequencies getting picked up, and all sorts of strange things happening on the Italian Schumann resonance. You know what I'm saying? A lot of activity. Things have been incredibly active and incredibly strange, basically. Unusual patterns, and I could really keep going through this and go through this, but you guys pretty much get the idea. Things have been definitely active. Things have been super weird. Sorry about that. You guys probably got a little dizzy. What's next? Space Weather Live. So, apparently there was a message for hold for review. Why is that? Why would we hold that? You've been feeling oddly anxious. Yeah, I mean, for me it's been the opposite, but everybody's different though. I'm sure you've been definitely feeling the symptoms. So there's the Schumann resonance yet again. Here is Space Weather Live right now. Overall, of course, the interplanetary magnetic field, I will say, has been north and south, slightly north and south the last 24 hours. You know what? Let's look at more data. Have we had anything weird happen on the 20th? I guess, to be honest, we haven't really had anything weird though, have we? Maybe not. Real-time solar activity. We have a bunch of sunspot regions on the left. One of them is looking a bit active, 4288. Wendy, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I wonder whose message was hold for review. Let's keep going. Coronal hole activity. So on the coronal hole detection map, you guys will see that there's 2 spots of coronal holes here. Massive. Let's look at this. This is facing us literally right now. I did predict there was a CME right there. And by the way, welcome over into the stream. We're covering so much data. We're getting to so much stuff right now. I want to welcome everyone to the stream. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe button if you guys haven't. We're covering so much space weather right now. So on the sun, we do have a coronal hole right now. This one is
pretty much facing us right now. It might be a trans-equatorial one in the next several hours, and this is one right here. This is pretty deep. This is a massive active region of the sun right now. Um, this is also another coronal hole as well. So very interesting here, as you can see in the sun, bright regions and stuff. On this one, you can see where there's releases, one on the far right, left, but of course nothing hitting us. Coming down over here, you can see the bright regions, you can see the prominences, and of course all this green is coronal hole activity. Those are definitely impactful. Coronal holes are definitely something we've been seeing a lot lately, and I feel like every month since September, I feel like we've been getting more and more of these coronal holes. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm really appreciative for everyone being in here and showing up. And overall, we were hit with a stealth solar storm, which nobody saw this coming. I think everybody was just hit by it, you know. Basically, the strength of it is unknown. It didn't trigger the geomagnetic storm, but they erupt undetected and disrupt the solar wind conditions around Earth. And also, of course, there was something else I had here. Let me see. The stream sounds very bad. All right, let's get a mic check. All right, let's get a mic check. I mean, it's not that bad. I don't know. It's not too bad. Maybe it's kind of loud. I don't know. Hmm. We got two. We're 2-1 here. So two say good, one say I don't know. I don't know if I move it more away, maybe that'll help out. Let's get into something else that was also pretty interesting, right? So basically, what could people feel from this, right? Like, what could these do to us? I think we're gonna just get straight to that point, right? You could be feeling ungrounded and dizzy, sleep changes, mood swings, tiredness or sudden energy spikes, head pressure or ear ringing. And I think we're all getting a mix of those. Now, a stealth CME has no obvious flare, no brightening or eruption signature, doesn't create a big solar flash or explosion or anything like that, and it sneaks off the sun quietly, almost invisible. It's called stealth because it looks like nothing happens in normal solar images. It can launch slowly and silently, and they only notice it after it's already headed towards Earth or when it shows up in space weather. So obviously, of course, this is I don't know. This is like one of those things where it makes literally no sense. Um, like, do things like this actually exist? Something that you just can't pick up? I mean, that's crazy, right? Um, but it's a sign of us going into solar minimum. So definitely an interesting thing here, you know. I don't know if this normally looks like this, but I don't know. I always forget if this one looks like this, but this might be some of the most unusual activity we've ever seen here. Or this is normal. It's either one or the other. Normally it's usually a straight line, and I think this one is like always recording it. We usually get like something like that, so I'm gonna assume Etna Radio Observatory. I'm assuming this is past data. So this is what it normally looks like. And then this is kind of what we just got. So it just looks like everything we're getting in the Italian Schumann resonance is absolutely strange here. Everything's been looking strange. A lot of strange data. I do hope everybody's doing good. There has been just so much strange data overall going on all around. And there's definitely a lot of things going on right now. Things are truly getting amplified. So let me know, like, how's everybody doing though? That's where the monitoring happens at Mount Etna. Which is, I don't know where Mount Etna is. I'm guessing Italy, right? It's in Stratovolcano in Italy. I'm bad with names. So that's where they're getting the data from. On my knowledge, all these Italian Schumann resonances are, I don't know if other countries do it or other places, but on my knowledge, like everything is in Italy, and then Russia, they have like their general Tom station. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting here, you know? So this is very interesting, you know? It's crazy because I don't know if you guys have been watching the videos lately, but I've been struggling with getting, there's been so many delays on the Schumann resonance, right? And I think it was like, what, 2 days ago we were talking about it? There's been a lot of delays on the Schumann resonance, but nobody's talking about that. The disclosure news, if you guys saw in the recent video yesterday, I think, or maybe the one uploaded, no, it was yesterday's upload. It was uploaded probably the 21st, I'm guessing. Right now, today's 22nd. I don't know, on my knowledge, I think like, yeah, that website just wasn't working good. So there's been a lot of stuff going on. There's been so many weird stuff going on, and disclosure news, like, they don't even show like the Italian Schumann resonance on their main page, and I'm looking for it, and I see the source button. I finally found it like yesterday, but by that time I just started searching up scientists' names, and I ended up coming across the VLF Open Lab Observatories Network, and I'm like, perfect, I got everything. So it's really been like that, you know, like GeoCenter, they don't make content anymore. They don't even update their website anymore. Everything's so outdated. I'm sure there's another website too. Like Disclosure News is a bit odd. It changed a bit. Zapper, they were having issues for so long. So it's been weird. Like getting data has been it's been like crazy. How many websites and stuff I've been going all around. It's crazy. But overall, we're still making content. That's crazy. I didn't even realize we were hit by one of those. I think that's just interesting, in my opinion. But overall, I think we pretty much covered that. And there has been a lot of activity. We've been getting slammed without even realizing it. But overall, I'm so thankful for everyone who's watching and really appreciative. I'm gonna go. Y'all have a good night, all right? Yeah, that sounds pretty much legit. I think everybody. I think yeah, it's pretty common these. I think everybody, or at least everybody, should realize that, right? Um, Once the birds like they dip out and leave, like something's coming or they don't want to be there. You know what I mean? They pick up on the frequencies like that much better than I think they do pick up on that sort of activity and they pretty much get the sense of it. So I'm gonna just assume they just dip out and be like, yeah, we're gonna go somewhere else. you know? But we could also pick up on a lot of things as well. However, I think most people with like a bad diet, bad gut health, and all that stuff, and they're not really picking up on anything. Yep. Good night.